Всем привет, дорогие друзья! Меня зовут Надя, и вы смотрите прохождение Игры престолов. Мы переключаемся играть за Миру Форестер. Посмотрим, что ее ждет. Так, нам дали возможность побродить. Давайте попробуем осмотреться. Какие-то тут интересности у нас. Амулет. Как мило. От братика. Так, это у нас что? Брошка. Это нам леди Маргери подарила. Вот это. Это тоже от братика, только от другого. Письмо. Давайте прочитаем.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Margeri has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Так она и не дописала у нас ничего. Так, старая пыльная книга.
Wonders made by man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick.
Все у нее какие-то
I hope to see them all someday.
От братьев. Подарки на память. Здесь, наверное, отличный вид. Королевская гавань. Ну, она явно скучает по дому, ей здесь даже нерадостно находиться. Так, письмо от матери.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Margeri to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Это уже то письмо, которое ей вот прислали только что. Кто-то к нам приперся. Давайте глянем. Так, здесь больше ничего смотреть. Давайте откроем. Была не была.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
Ты кто у нас такой?
No, it's fine. Come in.
Вот явно, что хочет нам что-то сообщить. Нет? Это наш слуга?
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
Все хорошо.
I'm fine.
Незачем его грузить проблемами. Ну, незачем это все знать.
Lady Margeri will be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
Что он там хоть нам принес?
You work for Lady Margeri? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
Иди давай.
You should come back later.
Of course, milady.
Он сейчас обидится. Ну, блин. Зачем приставать к нам с вопросами? Девчонки и так явно не сладко. Вот первый знакомый нам персонаж. Похоже, кстати. Так, нас на променад вызвали.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
Очень добры, да. Хотя мы-то знаем, что она та еще штучка.
You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Serse herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
Зачем ей это?
What does she intend to do?
She intends to make you miserable, knowing that will make me miserable as well. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Serse with the wedding so near.
What do I say?
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Ну, блин, угождать как-то не очень нравится мне. Что-то нам хотела сказать. Ну-ка.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Блин, ей стоит верить вообще? Тут же вот не угадаешь. Что-то мне все это не нравится. Явно что-то не то. Фуф. О, вот еще знакомые нам персонажи. Ну, здравствуйте. Чем... Ага, мне дали пойти со мной. Уф. Ну, вот этот карлик-то классный чувак.
Ah, Lady Margeri. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission,
ой, вот эта женщина, самая ужасная женщина в мире. Так, твои колено.
Your Grace.
Королева довольна, конечно.
Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is
Эх, унижаться сейчас придется.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
Наша верность непоколебима.
She is.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers, Your Grace.
I see. And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Они не предатели.
Not traitors, Your Grace.
Noble? Perhaps once. For a northern house. But now they're merely dead. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Roose Bolton also served the Starks, Your Grace.
And proved his loyalty to the crown by bringing their house to a swift and sudden end. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
To our mutual benefit, Your Grace.
And at the pleasure of your king. It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you?
Блин, до чего же она неприятная.
Was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
Давайте пока вести эту игру.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Serse?
Не
It's not as if
выдавать
she
себя.
fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Margeri here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl?
Уйдем так от этих неприятных вопросиков.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Вот он единственный, по-моему, кто мог ее когда-то приструнить.
The city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Margeri. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she would...
Let the girl answer the question. Go on.
The king, of course.
Королю, да, конечно,
Well
конечно.
said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
I'm not quite sure what to make of her. Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl, but not very encouraging either.
Какое у нее сразу злое
I'd
выражение
like a
лица
word with you,
стало.
if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
Че, все, моя пытка закончилась? Можно я пойду уже? Чё ты там?
I'll walk you out.
Ну, пойдем
This
прогуляемся.
may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Margeri was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Margeri.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard.
Что-то он хочет нам
What
предложить.
are you suggesting?
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Margeri might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
Да, давай
It may be far too
рискнем.
dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you?
Кто не рискует, тот не пьет
I'll consider
шампанского, как говорится.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Ну, Тириону мы можем доверять, он, блин, нормальный чувак. Правда. Посмотрим, к чему он нас приведет. Так, мы все тоже письмо дочитываем. Никак не дочитаем. Все к нам рвутся. Все прошло хорошо, нормально все было.
Really? That's a relief. Serсее is known for being rather difficult. Lady Margeri has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jamie. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his. Sarah, what?
Господи, женщина.
And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper.
Что ты все о мужиках, о мужиках? Ну, давай скажем, что он красивый. Девки же сплетницы.
From what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Margeri could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands.
Господи, какая наивная.
Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like.
Зачем ты?
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen?
Только не за Джоффри.
Look about him.
Только не... Даже есть такой вариант.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey. Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as queen of the 7 kingdoms.
Ой, девушка, ты не знаешь, о чем говоришь.
Let's see, who else should we marry off?
Ну, правда такая дурочка, притворяется.
What a perfect match.
Брианна и Тирион. Нормально, чё?
What are you doing?
Ой.
Well.
Мы просто веселились, ничего такого.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira.
Уф, нас пронесло. Вроде все правильно сделали. Мы молодцы.
King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Если бы все было так просто. Нельзя угодить всем. Давайте скажем ей правду. Это точно. Вот, видите, она все понимает.
Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Давайте попросим. Не знаю, правильно ли это делать.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
Блин, ну, давайте, пусть она останется. Хотя...
Go on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsi Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks. And now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa.
Что ты вмешиваешься вообще?
My family will forever be in your debt.
Ну, давай.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out.
Ну, пожалуйста. Не бойтесь, давайте не бойтесь Серсее этой грёбаной.
You have power over him, Lady Margaery, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Рамси Сноу will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Ну давай.
Very well. I'll make your
Ух
request.
ты, у нас получилось ее убедить.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Да, только вот эта вот ее служанка, мне кажется, она пойдет и проболтается. Надо было ее, наверное, спровадить. Ну тогда, может, блин, она бы не стала нас слушать. Не знаю, посмотрим, к чему это приведет. А мы тем временем переключаемся опять за Гареда. Королевский тракт, волчий лес. Опять какая-то движуха, блин. Крики, вопли. А, наша коняшка убежала. Блин, хреново. 7-е пекло. Какого черта там происходит? Что там? Кому-то явно помощь нужна. О, господи. Блин, Рамси, бешеный псих. Он сейчас будет с него кожу срезать. Блин, а я могу как-то... Я могу что-нибудь сделать? Блин, а чем я помогу? Их тут толпа. А я без оружия даже. Блин, мне что, просто смотреть на это? Ой, меня заметили. Тихо. Блин. А есть ли смысл, что я вообще вот так вот выглядываю? Может, я могу что-то сделать? Нет? Нет, только подслушать. Ой. Что, меня заметили? Да, нет. Нет. Все, он к нам едет. Ой. Блин. Не мог, он сейчас меня заметит. Он ведь с меня тоже шкуру сдерет. Все не... Ой. Он идет прямо к нам. Нет, нет. Только главное не бежать, а то не... Нет. Уходи, придурок. Пронесло. Но если бы мы побежали, он бы явно заметил, догнал и шкуру содрал. По-любому бы так было. Так хоть пронесло, а там бедный чувак сейчас растерзанный остался висеть, да? Ай, господи. Фу, мне сейчас предлагаете мне пойти и посмотреть, да, на это? Ай, блин. Он еще поди живой, сейчас что-нибудь будет кричать мне. Так. Приготовьтесь к зрелищу. Фиу. Не, он не живой уже. Жесть. Ну что, давайте здесь сделаем перерывчик. Посмотрим, что будет дальше в следующей серии. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки, если вам интересно смотреть это прохождение. Всем всего хорошего. Пока-пока.